And with that out of the way, it's time for the second topic after I take a little drink. Because, geez, one of the hard things about these podcasts is how much you end up talking. Now then, our next topic is one that honestly, it is a pretty familiar one. It's a pretty familiar one. It is. But it bears repeating once in a while. Now, what's interesting is that we don't have the whole article on this one. But I don't think we really need the whole article on this one because, well, California regulators have ruled, once again, that Uber and Lyft drivers are employees. Now then, the California agency that regulates Uber and Lyft said in an order Tuesday that ride-hail drivers are employees under AB 5, the state's new gig work law, marking a significant development in the battle over driver status. Of course, that's only until the next significant development happens. Quote, for now, TNC drivers are presumed to be employees, and the commission must ensure that TNCs comply with those requirements that are applicable to the employees of an entity subject to the commission's jurisdiction, wrote Genevieve Shiroma, a commissioner with the California Public Utilities Commission. The order used the acronym for Transportation Network Companies, which is how the commission classifies ride-hail operators. Now, again, we don't have the whole article here. We just don't. But I am going to say we probably don't need it because it says what we know, what we expect. Now, California has been pretty consistent that they believe Uber and Lyft drivers are employees. And here's the thing. It doesn't even matter whether you think you're employees or not. It doesn't matter if you want to be employees or not. By every measurement that California has measured before and after AB5, Uber and Lyft drivers are employees. Now, again, and there's some fallacies when Uber and Lyft make an argument like, they're trying to take away your right. No, they're not. Uber and Lyft can have you be employees and still give you your freedoms. They can still give you your flexibility. They can still give you, in fact, no, it'd be really easy for you to keep your flexibility. You want to know how you get to keep your flexibility as an employee with an Uber and Lyft driver? You have it's an app, right? It's an app. So what you do is it's like, hey, these are the hours. If you start working, you have to, it's like a clock-in thing. You clock on, and okay, once you turn the app on, you have clocked on. And this is how many hours in the day you can drive before you hit overtime, and then the app can kick you off, or, if you're in the middle of a ride, you can get a little bit of overtime. And if you want your employment benefits, you have to drive this much per week. And you have, there's ways you can do to be flexible, where it's like, okay, if you are a part-time employee, you can drive this many hours this week, whenever you want, whatever days you want. This is just what you have to drive. You have to keep it under this hour. If you are full-time, you have to do at least this much time, and you can still, drive whenever you want. There are ways Uber and Lyft can do this. And if they really want you to be independent, then hey, there are a lot of things they can do where you are independent. They can say, hey, you know what? The star grade system, that's no longer a thing. You can't be deactivated for this. Get a complaint, you know what? It's between you and the customer. We don't get involved. Also, pay. Hey, you charge what you charge. It's like, if you want to charge less than minimum wage, that's up to you. If you want to charge more, that's up to you. We do not say one way or another. There are things Uber and Lyft can do to keep you independent. Now, what does this mean? It means we're going to be voting on AB5 this fall, this election season. Uber and Lyft are pretty dang insistent. They especially do not want to lose California. California is one of their big, big markets. They don't want to lose that market. So, of course, they're going to fight. But California keeps beating them down, whether it be the California Supreme Court or the governor, or heck, what was this again? This is the California agency, the California Public Utilities Commission. That's what it is. they're all saying the same thing. Hey, we're testing this, we're measuring this. Uber and Lyft drivers are employees. That's just what they're going to say. That's what they say, and that's how it is. So, look, I know that there are people who obviously watch this show. They watch this chat. By the way, I see we have 23 people watching. If you're enjoying this, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to ask your questions, because we will be answering them after the topics are over. But I know a lot of people here want to be independent, and you know what? That I understand that. Independence is addicting. But as I've argued, you're not independent. You don't control your rates. You actually do have limitations on how long you can drive, and if you get pulled, you don't always know where you're going. Now, California Uber apps, not most Uber apps, but in California, the Uber app has made some adjustments for that. But it's still not true independence. And unless Uber and Lyft actually make their drivers truly independent, these conversations are going to continue. But in the meantime, I would like to know what you think of all of this. And everyone's got an opinion on this one. So I'd like to know what you think. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly.